Sunday school students, it's Mrs. McHale here with a Sunday school lesson. Your teachers may have talked to you, or I may have talked to you last week, about these little pigs that we got. We decided that this year, since we can't be together every week, that they would be a fun way to collect our offerings. So if you didn't decorate your pig last week and start putting a little bit of money into it, you can start this week. There should be in your kit a page of cross stickers, and you can just peel those right off and stick them on your pig. Be careful not to cover up the little top part that you put the money in. And these actually open up this way later, so I guess if you want, you can go across that, but then we'll have to break them open later if you tape up across that little part. But your money can go in here. Now, what do we do with offering at church, and why is offering important? You're right. We do use it to help other people. We use it to keep our building running, to pay the salary of the people that work at church, to fix the roof when it needs to be fixed, to put heat into the classrooms and into the sanctuary. We also use it to help other people in our world. And St. James is really phenomenal at this. We collect quite a bit of money, and we also give quite a bit of time too. And we do things that help people around the world, and we also do things that help people locally here in our community. We help with PADS, the shelter for the homeless, where people can sleep at night if they don't have a home. We give meals to them. We also provide food and money to Cool, our food bank, to help people in need. And we give a lot of money to Lutheran World Relief and other charitable organizations. Waukegan to College, which helps to get students in challenging communities to go to college, where maybe their parents and nobody in their community, not very many people go to college. So there are lots of ways that St. James helps. So the money that you collect each week for your banks goes for that. Another thing that I want you to think about is, how do you get the money to put into your bank? And I would really suggest that you ask your parents if they would be willing to pay you to do a little bit of chores around the house. Do a special job that's not part of your normal jobs. And I bet they would be willing, if you do something special, to give you a little bit of money, and you can put some money in your bank. And then we'll collect all of these at the end. Okay, so that's a little bit about our offering. Now we're going to move on to our story. So in our story, we have a wedding. And I bet some of you have been to a wedding before. And when they go to the wedding, it's a big party. And at that time, most people didn't always drink the water, because it actually wasn't even that safe or that clean to drink the water. So a lot of people drank wine instead of water, even young people at that time. So one of the things that they were going to serve at this wedding, besides the food, was wine. Well, they had a big surprise, because when they went to start serving the wine, they found that the containers that had wine in them actually were empty. And Jesus's mother, Mary, went to Jesus, and she explained that there was this problem. And at first Jesus said, "It's not my time yet," because at this time Jesus hadn't done any miracles yet. So let's stop and talk about that. What is a miracle? A miracle is something that can't happen without somebody really special's help. I can't just make a miracle happen today, but if God helped me, maybe I could have a miracle happen and be part of a miracle, but only with God's help. A miracle is something that's so surprising and so unbelievable that people just don't know even what to think. They're so surprised. And this first miracle that Jesus performed, he asked the servants to go and fill up some big containers with water. And they were like, "Well, how is water going to give us wine?" And then he transformed it by a miracle into wine. So let's see what we can do here and talk a little bit more about our miracles. So here we have two containers. In this, I just have some water. And this one is an empty container. And you would say, there's no way that you can just pour this into the other container and turn it into wine, right? Do you think I could do that? Probably not. But let's see what happens if I pour this in here. Whoa, that's pretty surprising. It's turning colors. Now, how do we think I did that? Was it a miracle that I was able to change the water from regular clear water into this red? No, it was really kind of a trick. And I want you, for your Sunday school lesson today, to take the time to see if you can show this trick to somebody else. Inside of your box, you will find on today's date little packets like this of Hi-C Kool-Aid type drink mix, and you can take two clear glasses, put water in one, and then put this powder down in the bottom of your other one, okay? And then see if you can have somebody else watch you pour the one glass into the other glass and have the water turn red, okay? So that's your lesson for this week. I want you to think about what an amazing thing it was that Jesus was able to turn water into wine. None of us have the power to just turn water into wine. But with God's help, Jesus is able to perform these amazing miracles. And imagine if you were somewhere and somebody really changed something from one thing to another right in front of you. This was the first miracle that Jesus performed, and this is when people started to think, maybe there's something very special about Jesus. It made them start to see Jesus differently than they'd ever seen him before. So I want you to just take some time this week to think about how amazing it would be to actually witness a miracle yourself. So now let's take a few minutes and end our Sunday school lesson with a prayer. Dear God, thank you for bringing us here together for Sunday school. Please help each of us to think about how amazing a miracle would be this week. We're so grateful that with Jesus and with God, miracles are possible in our world. Please help us to pray, to think of others, and to make a difference in the lives of everyone around us this week. Amen. See you next week.